This wiring of my garden shed. I prepped the wire that's going to go in. We're going to solder the existing wire. We're going to solder, and I've got some black tape now. We're going to solder these together and tape them so I can pull it through. This being an older wire, I'm going to get a little flux here. So I'll go get my flux and solder. They're hard when the wire dances and you can't hold it good steady. Oh, that should be enough. Wrap it around my leg. And we fuse them together. Because this is the side that I'll be pulling that through. And this is going to be a little time consuming, so I'm not going to film it all, just film a little bit here, because we're going to have to be running back and forth between the garden shed and here, because we've got to feed this first portion through like this, and then there's a tube here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's the tube that I'm talking of that we gotta go now to the other end and pull on. And I'm trying to remember how I put this tube against the wall. I think, if I remember right, I used a zap strap with a junction that you could screw it to the wall, keep it in place. Gotta get my flashlight to have a look there. It feels like a screw on the back side there. One of the Phillips. Hey, Phillips. While I'm at it, a little excessive on me. Cut so I can cut that little piece off. Okay. Now, to go to the garden shed and start the pull. See how this goes. Theoretically, it should work. Mention when you're pulling a Lumix wire, it has a bad habit of curling up here, so you gotta try to keep it straight as possible to make it easier for the pull. Whether it's the deal like this or whether it's through your 2x4s. Because being solid core, it has the tendency to do what you just saw there, curl up, making it act like a brake. Okay, so here we go. Got enough here yet? Just roughly lay it out. Need a little bit more, so a little bit more. going to disconnect it. Okay, you're going to disconnect all this here. Remove the light for now. Normally, if you see, I got 2 wires here. For your switch, you normally come off of this box to your switch. But I'm making it so that it's an inline switch. So I'm just going to feed the wire up to that box there. And from that box, only 1 wire to this box here. So it's what you call an inline switch. Some of these, I had it secured. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let's raise this camera up a bit. Let's see what we're getting here. Ouch! Because some of these straps I used, not both of my originals down. I can reuse some of these for putting a new in. I like these because you got a screw hole here that you can screw it down. Okay. Okay, well, my battery's charged up, so see if we can get this finished before we run out of daylight. Now we're just going to cut this open where I joined it. catch the camera here and pulling this through. Okay, as I said, back it down to the existing one. Need 8 inches in the box, 6 to 8 inches in the box. So now I can take those two timbers back out to put the clamps in. We have our links. So once again, good idea to white wire is your neutral. Basically, you do the same thing here. What you do, take your light, wrap that light wire around, and you can kind of hold it in place while you get your mirette. Put your mirette on. When you're hot, should mention at the same time, if you're dealing with 3 wires, you'll see a red wire in any 3 wire, whether it's a range, a dryer, or you could be using 2 circuits from one using a junction box, separating 2 circuits from one. The red wire is also your hot. And how that works, basically, black is called line 1, white is called neutral, and the red is called line 2. Now we start with tucking our ground in first, and our neutral, and then our hot. making sure that none of the wires squeeze between your fixture and your box. The tricky part is, for me, is always lining up the holes here and way out. Pressure that way. Keep the twist going. Do this one first. Okay, light is in place. So that takes care of the source end. Now we go back into the shop where we take and do the final stage. And then as you're pulling on the rubber, you're forcing the knife at the same time. And you clean the rubber off. This was a major improvement from the early days. The early days, the Lumix wire, these used to be wrapped in paper on all three. And the outer coating was cloth and tar. So that was a far cry improvement when they switched to plastic or vinyl, whatever you want to call it. Okay, then your neutral, which is your white. Sometimes this can be a little tricky, as the case is here. You can see that we now have contact and our light is working in the shop. What I'm trying to do here is give it a little bit of a pre-twist. receptacle back on. And there we have it. Light is on and it's working. And then as you're pulling on the rubber, you're forcing the knife at the same time. And you clean the rubber off. This was a major improvement from the early days. The early days, the Lumix wire, these used to be wrapped in paper on all three. And the outer coating was cloth and tar. So that was a far cry improvement when they switched to plastic or vinyl, whatever you want to call it. Okay, show you now. There's my light. Quick update. My neighbor, this used the framing that you see around the boat used to be my neighbor's woodshed. He gave me the frame, so there's my solution for a boathouse to protect that boat of mine. So I just got roughed in there. I'll do a little precise measuring as to where I really want to finalize it. As you can see, it is awful smoky out here today. You can just see the old smoke. I bet you I can even capture the sun the way it's shining. Don't know if the camera will show how it's orange instead of yellowish.